Hello everyone, this is Selkek, also known as Paul Alia, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. As I mentioned at the end of last video, now that we have successfully researched docking technologies, I wish to build a space station, and I'm going to try and put it around the Mun. I think that being able to dip down and do all sorts of science on the Mun and get all of the Mun biomes will be great. If you look at the Science Archive, and we head over to the Mun, you can see that we have all sorts of biomes, and so far we've only done the highland craters. So we need to do the other biomes. Kerbal also has biomes, and I think it's only Kerbal and the Mun that have biomes. I don't know if Minmus actually has biomes or not. So that's the plan. Space station in orbit around the Mun. I'm going to need to be designing some form of vessel in order to get there, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to base it off of the Selene Mark 1 here, because this seemed to be a pretty good craft. The only thing is, as I'm planning on adjusting what goes on top, I might be adjusting what goes on the bottom, so I will be building it from scratch. So I will bring you guys back in when I have completed the rocket. Okay guys, welcome back. So here it is. I'm calling this the Mun Station Core Mark 1. So what the core is it's basically going to be the first piece, and we're going to build the rest of the space station around it. This first piece, as you can see, I have decided that I'm going to use the Selene Mark 1 engine. Everything from below this point is exactly the same as it was on our rocket that went to Minmus, so this should be able to get to the Mun if it went to Minmus. I have added in here some RCS fuel and an advanced, or what was used to be an advanced SAS is now the inline advanced stabilizer. I've got some RCS, I've got a bigger set of battery packs, some extending solar panels, and instead of a parachute, so this cannot return, this particular vehicle cannot return, I've got a docking port with some lights on it. So basically what is going to happen is I'm just going to put this into the designated Mun orbit. I haven't figured out how high or low I want this station to be yet. And then I'm going to be designing another piece that will come and dock onto this piece. And so on and so on and so on. And hopefully I will be able to get a couple of pieces up in this one video. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Kerbal. Which Kerbal do we want to be waiting? Of course, we could build a return vehicle that could come and pick them up if we need to. I think that Shelmy Kerman here is perfect to be our kind of Mun Station commander, at least here at the start. So I'm going to just double check here that I've got all my staging is still good. 2, 2, and 1, yep, alright. And then those tanks, and then those tanks, and then that, and then that. Alright, so everything looks good. SAS is on. Let's just do a quick systems test. What lights is? I forget what button lights is, but there they are. The lights work. Alright. Docking port seems to work, and solar panels also work. Alright. So we'll have those go back away. There they go. I know there is a button that turns the lights on the keyboard. I'll have to look that up later. Alright, anyway, we are ready to go. So 3, 2, 1. Oosh. Launch. Alright, so the reason why I started nice and small is because I didn't know what the maximum this lifter would be able to do. So I will put this in orbit around the Mun, and I will bring you guys back in to kind of show you what I do with that. But I'm not going to bother with showing you guys the details on how to get to the Mun, because I've already done that a couple of times now. Okay guys, welcome back. I've just entered orbit around the Mun. It is right there, actually. We're kind of on the dark side, as it were. I'm going to be shooting for around 110 kilometers above the surface, so let's just set up another node here to drop this in. 119, 112, so 115, 120. Yeah, okay, That's close enough. Let's just find our point here around the other side. And bonk. Just do a bit of time warpy. Alright. And it is a very, very small adjustment. So we're shooting for 115 and a 120. So if we just bring this down to about 120, the other side should be good. 30. 120. And let's see, what did I end up? 116 by 120. That is pretty dang circular to me. And we are almost perfectly lined up along the equator, so that we fly over both of our landing sites. It's a pretty nice job I did there. We got just a teeny tiny bit of fuel left in this large tank, and I didn't even need this tank, which I suppose is good. So what I'm going to do now is point myself north. I like having things kind of floating northward. I think it works well. For when I do this, deploy solar panels. The sun is currently sitting right over there. My solar panels should get all of the sun they need. And I'm going to go ahead and engage the lights and leave them on. So that should be pretty dang good for allowing a docking to come through. I'll just go ahead and open this up so that it is ready to go for when I bring out the next piece. So I'm going to go ahead and head back to the Space Center. And I would like to get the science module sent up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let me just take a quick look at what I got here. Yeah. Alright, it's going to take me a bit of design work, I think. I might just try and reuse this. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of work on that, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've got something to go on. Okay. I now am presenting the Mun Station Science Mark 1. As you can see, I'm using the Selene base once again. Hopefully this will work, because my upper bit here is a bit larger. So the Mobile Science Lab is pretty big, and it's pretty heavy. It features a docking port here at the top, a little probe body with some electronics to keep it going, a bit of RCS fuel, and down here at the bottom it also has yet another docking port. I think for stability's sake I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. Just because I don't think that docking port connection is very stable. And then what I can do is once I get there is I can jettison this off, when I need to anyway. I can jettison this off, undock these, and I'll have the docking port just fine, and I'll have just a little bit of debris to get rid of. So I think that will work. It is a probe body, so it doesn't technically need any crew, but I've got 2 crew slots, so I can send someone else up on the station. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to send Ed Kerman up in the Mobile Processing Lab so that he can be kind of like Mr. Scientist Man, the one actually running the stuff. Alright, so everything looks good. Mark 1, hopefully it'll actually go up into the air. If not, this is going to be bad. So let's just add the SAS full thrust. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it goes up. Whoa. Okay. Now, whether or not we actually have fuel to make it there, we will have to see. So I will bring you guys back in when the action happens. Okay, guys. I'm bringing you guys back in. I am drastically losing fuel, and I haven't even reached Kerbin Orbit yet. Kerbin Orbit. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm putting myself in a stable Kerbin Orbit. Put the moon about where it should be, around 3 o'clock. Add a maneuver. So we were late. So scoot it even more around. Scoot it even more around. Alright, so we need a 44-second burn in order to make that. I don't think I have enough fuel to make that. I really don't believe that I will be able to. And if I do attempt it and fail, then I will be stranded in a very strange orbit. So what I think I'm going to have to do is, in the next video, come out here and dock a bigger fuel tank onto this with an engine, because I don't think this is going to cut it, or at least dock a bigger fuel tank so that I can then like transfer fuel in and make my burn, because I don't think this is gonna cut it. So I'm gonna leave this guy here in orbit. I will extend his solar panels for him so that he may have electricity and whatnot. But he's going to have to stay in Kerbin Orbit, and next time we're going to have to take this the rest of the way to the Mun. So that's it for this time, guys. Sorry, it's kind of a short, boring episode setting things up, but I promise next time there will be some docking. Hopefully lots of docking. So, see you guys next time.